Will Sir Timothy take over Prince Harry at Invictus Games after causing severe terror? After Taliban murder allegations, Prince Harry warned that the Invictus Games were at risk of a terrorist attack. The Invictus Games will now have severe security difficulties, according to former Naval Chief Admiral Lord West, because of their close ties to Prince Harry. Veterans of the armed forces worry that terrorists may attack the Invictus Games to get revenge on Prince Harry for the 25 Taliban militants he killed. The gathering for injured soldiers this fall will have a nightmare security, according to experts who spoke today. Additionally, there are worries that Harry has jeopardized every event he attends and that he may be compared to Salman Rushdie, author of the Satanic Verses. The Invictus Games are very much associated with him, so I would have assumed the threat level there will surely be higher, according to Admiral Lord West, a former commander of the Navy, who spoke to the Sunday Mirror. Due to what he said, there will be significant security difficulties. To protect the veterans, precautions must be taken. And there will be those who, given the slightest opportunity, will desire to take action. He referred to Harry as extremely dumb for disclosing the specifics of his Taliban killings. Harry alluded to the Afghan war victims as chess pieces in his memoirs, Spare. The Taliban will read that and believe that there is a prince who considers us all to be pieces of chess and is very glad to kill us, Lord West continued. And I'm sure there will be a lot of people in the Islamic State and other terrorist groups who believe this deserves to be avenged. The 2018 Games will take place in September in Düsseldorf, Germany. But following Harry's admission, Dai Davies, a former head of Royal Protection, says, there will now need to be more security. There have been instances, such as the Manchester Arena bombing, where a nutcase decides to kill some innocent people because they believe they can't be reached since they are so well protected. You only need one moron to believe that Allah has commanded him to carry out what they perceive to be Allah's will, and then you have a problem. According to Stefan Bisons, a consultant to the German Federal Ministry of Defense, Prince Harry has now jeopardized everyone who has invited him to attend a conference or an event. They all now need to seriously reconsider their security protocols, and the Invictus Games are undoubtedly one of them. Based on what he just did, I'd argue that Prince Harry is now virtually as much of a security risk as Salman Rushdie. He may have even moved himself to the top of their target list. For decades, Sir Salman, 75, was subject to an Islamic death sentence because of his Quranic allusions. In August, while on a lecture tour in the US, he was attacked and left blind in one eye. Ex-Commando Pen Farthing, who oversees a charity for dogs in Afghanistan, also criticized Harry, saying, I have to flee Kabul in anticipation of future retribution attacks on ex-forces individuals like myself in the wake of his poorly considered memoir. Harry's remarks will have seriously jeopardized security at the Games, according to former Color Sergeant Trevor Could, 47, who received the Military Cross for Valor in Iraq. The security would have been a nightmare as a result of Harry's remarks. I ponder whether he had this in mind when he signed the multi-million-pound contract. I assume those in charge of security and so many potentially vulnerable veterans are concerned, according to ex-Major Wayne Owers, 52, who received an MBE and was recognized for his service in Iraq and Afghanistan. Terrorists can cause horrific casualties with simple tools. Mikey Hall, 47, a competitor in the 2014 Invictus Games, called the prince a disgrace to veterans and wants him to skip this year's competition. I don't want him there any longer because he is ruining the royal family and himself, he declared. I had 2 encounters with Harry, and both times I found him to be a decent young man. But now he appears to be an absolute moron who is just making a fool of himself. He claims to have killed 25 people as a veteran, which is a disgrace to him, the family, and veterans. He just did that to promote book sales. The Afghan Taliban leader Anas Haqqani criticized Harry on Twitter, writing, Mr. Harry,